Often Dawn has to do that. This is the wire to my microphone that just fell on the floor. Okay, well, we got people watching, and it's Monday. It's a holiday for a lot of people
today,
isn't it, Dawn?
for a lot of people, but not at Memory Bound.
Not at
Every
Memory
day's a
Bound.
holiday at Memory Bound, Kelly.
Every day is a holiday, but we're coming to you live from Memory Bound in central Iowa. And Cindy is here today. Nobody has seen Cindy before on our videos because she's brand new. Yippee.
She's a special guest.
We have a special guest today, and Dawn and I are here.
I spilled my water. It's Monday. I took a drink of my water, and it went everywhere.
Yeah, it looked like, never mind.
I had wet pants.
It looked like her pants were wet too. But it's all dry,
Oh, my
Dawn. You
gosh.
look good now. You look really good.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to record, or do you want me to record, or what do you want to do today? You want to show your stuff?
Well, how about if I show this stuff and that we have, there's just so much.
a lot.
Every day there's so much.
I know.
I feel like
Well, we do it, and we're glad we've got, let's see, Mary's watching, one of our Marys, maybe two of them, and Becky's here. Good morning. Some people are off work today because of the 4th.
Right.
We hope you all had a good
We're
4th.
glad you're tuning in to Memory Bound.
I got a little tickle. Okay.
Can we get started?
Yeah,
Is it time to get started?
Get started.
Well, first of all, we have an extra special guest here today who's going to share her amazing Christmas album with us, and we can't wait. And then she's got a really cool technique to teach us. If you're doing journals, junk journals, calendars, anything, I think her technique will be really fun for her to share with us. We're also going to look at the 49 and Market albums. The brand new albums came in white. The black ones are still coming, but they'll be here soon. And then we have some new Tim Holtz to show you, some new products to share. And then I also wanted to, well, let's do this first, and then I want to go over the calendar for the week. And then we'll go over there.
And over there?
Yes. Okay.
We're so organized, Dawn. We know exactly what we're doing.
Well, let's start here. Katie showed us last week this Zoo album, and I was just so excited about this. I think this was Thursday. So just wanted you to know we do still have some of the collection packs left. We got a whole bunch more in on Friday.
We just got the ephemera in, and I think once it's gone, it looks like.
Yeah, yep. But that all came in on Friday, so we were pretty excited about that. So this is her Zoo album, the collection packs, and then here's the ephemera that Katie showed.
Zoo Adventure.
And I cannot wait to do my Zoo album. I happened to be at the zoo on
Wednesday, the day
and
before.
then Katie
and Dawn
comes
was
in.
shopping during the video. I don't know.
I was.
Somebody yesterday told me they could tell.
And then Katie also put together her Zoo Adventure Snap Flipbook instructions, and it does have
all the pictures
of all of her pages.
Easy to do. So thank you, Katie.
And measurements. So those are available.
Dawn, somebody asked if you got your hair cut.
I did not.
Maybe
it's just floofed. It floofed today.
If she foofed it.
Okay.
Floofed.
Okay. So we got in some new product, Kelly, and we get asked quite a bit for alphabet dies, and so we got in some really fun ones. This one is $16.49, and I would say, does it say?
It looks like about an inch.
Yeah, maybe about an inch. So there's that one. I love this memory box one. This is stitched font. So it's got stitching all the way around. And that makes a really fun font. This one is called Vintage Varsity Alphabet, $24.99. And then there's this one from Concord and Ninth, and it's a double cut. So you can do the letter and then a shadow in a different color.
Oh, nice.
And those are $27.99. And I would say that those are about an inch, maybe a little over an inch. Okay. And then we got in some new dies and stamps from My Favorite Things. Again, it's Christmas in July, so we got the light bulbs with the string.
The curly string, the wire, I love it.
$25.99. Yeah, I think that would be really fun going up and down a slimline card. Mm-hmm. That would be really cute.
Your scrapbook layout.
Yes,
lots of
going
things.
all the way across. Some holly. The holly is $5.99. That's a good price for the holly. And then look at this. We all love these small little strip sayings. $17.99, and it says, Happy New Year, Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, joy to the world, Fa la 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 la. And tis the season to
I've
be
got a frog
jolly.
in my throat this morning, Dawn.
93 degrees.
I'm gonna have to sing bass or something.
Diane's like, what are you doing singing Christmas songs? Well, it's Christmas in July here at Memory Bound. So this is a really fun one.
That's got lots of stamps.
$17.99. Okay, and then before we get over to all the new Tim Holtz, this is a new paper that came in because it is baseball season, and I thought this one was really neat. It's got the baseball stitching in a stripe, and look at those
And
stars.
patriotic on the back.
So if you're
Baseball in July.
right, so if you're looking for a fun paper, I think maybe
And where
you can even do.
is this under baseball then? To go
It-
shopping and sports.
Yep,
and
it'd be under baseball, and then I believe it might also be under miscellaneous paper. If you go to paper and miscellaneous, might be there too. Okay, and then we got this paper in. Watch the sunrise at least once a year. Put lots of marshmallows in your hot chocolate. Lie on your back and look at the stars. Never buy a coffee table you can't put your feet on. Never pass up a chance to jump on a trampoline. Don't overlook life's small joys while searching for the big ones. So this is printed on a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and you can put this in a frame, and it's got a beautiful fall tree and a park bench overlooking a lake. So really a fun message on that paper. Okay, and the glitter vacs are back in stock finally, and do you know what the price? Oh, $21.99. But these will
very popular.
Very popular, and they pick up all the little glitter and all the little pieces that are left on your table, little scraps, glitter, sequins. So just run that across your table when you're done, and it picks it all up. A lot of people
And it's
decorate.
fun. It's fun too. Oh yeah.
They decorate them and name them.
R2D2. Is that what Dawn decorated hers? She had the best one.
That's pretty cute. Okay. Look at this. This also came in from My Favorite Things, but I love the spider web. $30.99. That would make a full A2 size card background. And you could just put your message, put a little spider on it, and you're done. Cute card.
I like that. I love Halloween, Dawn.
Okay. Yes, you do.
I do love Halloween.
You and Jennifer. That's your favorite. Okay. Look what just came in from Tim Holtz. We got bold sayings. And I think it was Gloria that was pretty excited to get this one. Hello, my friend. Best day ever. Happy birthday wishes to you. Focus on the good. Thank you so much. And these, his Christmas ones from last year were really popular.
They were.
So we were glad to see him come out with some more of those. And then we got Mod Cactus.
Those look like layering, like you could layer them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then cut around them and put them on your cards. This one's $21.99. And then we got Observations. It says simplicity is its own form of artistry. Is that what it says?
Good job, Dawn. Being lost is worth being found. The future belongs to the curious. Imagination is the reality of a dreamer. I'll help you out since you don't have your glasses on.
Thank you. And then we also got the floral. This was floral outlines. And I think some have showed like the no-line coloring with this. There's some beautiful
Those
makes
would be
out
fun
there.
to watercolor, definitely.
Okay, and then we got all his stencils in. This one is La Nature.
Do you need help?
Yes, I do.
Nature.
Oh, just nature. Okay, there's Nature. Oh, with this. Sorry, the glare.
There we go.
Nature. This one I think might be Metropolis. Yep.
Good job, Dawn. Without your glasses, that was memory.
And dotted line.
That's fun too.
I like that one. And then the minis of all three of those. And that one's $10.99.
And Dawn, Tim's going to be announcing his new color coming up soon.
Oh, do you know when it is?
The 17th. So if you are a distress color fan and you want it for sure without being seen, and you can change your mind, let us know and we'll start a list and get that reserved for you. Do you want to show this?
Yes. Okay. So Kelly showed us, was that on Friday?
Friday, yeah.
Okay.
That seems like a long time ago.
Friday, Kelly put together this bag. Now this is a kit. So it's, we have nothing to lose and a world to see. And it's a bag book kit. And it's got everything that you need to create this. And then Kelly showed us her alcoholing technique on tape to make it look vintage. And I love, look at, she's got pockets. Oh, there we go. She's got some pockets here to put tags in. There's another little pocket and some pockets here. We got some flips. I love this, Kelly. It's so cute.
It was fun. It's very fun to make. And it's good if you go on a day hike or go camping or...
And just a little tuck here. And this little bag book is, kit is $24.99.
You get the directions and everything you need. Okay, now we have a comment, Dawn. Jan says the new dies from Tim are this Saturday, but we already have the new dies, and I believe this Saturday is just going to be showing all the makes with them. So if you watch Tim's video Saturday, Dawn, I'm not even watching what you're doing, but you are on video right now. Dawn's got trouble. Her microphone's tangled in her necklace.
I'm just a mess.
But anyhow, Dawn, untangle yourself, and I'll just buzz over there real quick and then meet you somewhere.
All right.
So the dies are actually here already, and I think you're going to love them. And we showed them a few days ago from chapter 3, and there's his varsity letters. And he's got the 3D impresslets with the butterfly. He's got the moth, potted, just lots of really fun little dies from Tim. So that's
this one, we didn't have this one over there on the table.
We didn't. There's one more. There's a bonus stamp.
This one's called Inquisitive. Okay, I think we had the rest.
We got everything else.
Good
Okay.
Deal. All right. Well, I wanted to let everybody know what our schedule is for the rest of the week because it's all planned out, which is really exciting.
We know what we're doing, Dawn.
So make notes. Tomorrow Teresa's here. Usually Teresa's here on Mondays, but she's here tomorrow. Then on Wednesday we start our birthday kit, our Let's Party kit. And on Wednesday, Janet is showing her birthday cards, which is like these right here, minus those tags. So Janet will be here on Wednesday. The kit is $49.99, and it has all of this stuff in it. So if you haven't gotten your kit yet, now's the time to...
And she's doing it for, is it 6 weeks?
6 weeks.
Janet will be here on 6 Wednesdays to show you how to make all these projects.
So every Wednesday, starting at 9:30, we'll be here. So the kit includes a star stencil, 3 washi tapes,
the ephemera.
Ephemera.
That's my favorite. I can't miss that. I know.
Don't miss that.
I love the foam stickers,
The foam
too.
stickers. It's got over $53 worth of product. Plus you get enough stuff for 23 projects.
And you get instructions, too.
And
that's worth a lot.
Printed instructions with colors. Okay, and chipboard stickers. And then there's a bunch of papers.
There's paper, there's cardstock, there's card bases.
And then,
there's
card
ribbon
bases
and twine.
Cards. And
more. And the sheet of
chipboard stickers.
I love that paper right there.
Yeah, it's nice. But all of this is included in your kit, and then some white cardstock, and then your instructions for $49.99. And we do have a few left, so if you want to partake in this, if you can't watch the videos every day, it's no problem.
You can watch them later.
You can watch the videos later, or you have all the instructions to complete the kits. But there's going to be a mini book. Here's the mini book. And then there's a 2-page layout. And there's money holders or gift card holders and tags. And there's little coasters that you could send to your friends.
I just love this collection, Dawn. It's so bright and happy.
And then
there's all the little note cards.
This particular class is on... let's see.
July 28th.
Thank you. July 28th.
I happen to see the sheet over.
You're going to make all these little mini note cards. So lots of fun. Way to go, Janet. She hit it out of the park. I love it.
She did. I love that. So what's our schedule then, Dawn?
Okay,
Since we're so on the ball.
Wednesday, Thursday, we have another special guest instructor here, and she's going to show us how to make this star book and then a waterfall album, summertime album. And then what I'm excited for all of these, but Diana is back on Friday, and she is going to teach us her bokeh technique. And the first time she did this, I was in awe. And
it's amazing.
Bokeh is a really cool technique where it makes it look like it's whatever you're doing is dreamy. I don't know how else to describe it, but Diana is back and she has some awesome techniques to share with us. So it's a great week. So stick with us every day.
It's a photography terminology, isn't it?
Oh, I think you're right to make like the background like blurry.
Dawn, are we going over to Christmas then?
Oh, okay. So while we're here, and in honor of today, we're showing Cinde's Christmas album. We have some Christmas things that are 40 and 50% off. So we've got these items here are going to be on sale. So if
they're all online.
Yep. If you go to our online store, go to our website, memorybound.com, go to online shopping or just shopping, and then the second icon you're going to see Christmas in July. And all of these Christmas items will be in there and on sale. So it's a great time to get some Christmas items. Stamps and dies.
There's a cute little snowman die.
Lots of paper. And we're doing this to get ready for all of the brand new Christmas stuff that's coming. Look at this. That is a great.
Nice ribbon from Doodlebug.
Nice bunch of ribbon. And then we have more. So not everything that you're going to see over here is on the sale, but like these cottage cuts are, the chipboard stickers, this paper, enamel dots are going to be on sale. And let's see.
I know these stamps and dies are from Doodlebug.
So go out there, look online, grab yourself some really fun deals that you can pick up for Christmas and get started on making Christmas cards. Okay, Kelly, should we get back to our special guest?
Absolutely.
We're coming over. Yeah. All right. Well, Cindy, we're going to get you mic'd up here.
Good. See how professional we are, Cindy?
I know. You guys are great.
We got it all going on.
Okay.
And your microphone, maybe just flip it around.
Oh. See, this is what happens when you're left-handed.
Oh.
No problem.
We got a lefty here today.
Uh-huh. Okay,
We
how's
like
that?
lefty.
Does
That's
that
good.
work? Okay.
That's good.
All right.
It's going to take me 5 minutes to unmic myself because I've got it everywhere.
Oh, yeah, Dawn, you got it.
Oh, gosh.
It's Monday.
Okay. Well, Cindy, go ahead and share with us your amazing album. When she brought it in, we're like, we have to show our viewers this album.
Well, I can't take total credit for this. This is an inspiration that I had after seeing Diane do her Halloween one last year. So a lot of the things, the little Tim Holtz pocket on the front, is one that she used. One of my favorite things, and you're going to think this is so, is the spine. I love doing the spine. I thought this was just so fun. Everything, as you'll be able to tell, I am a grunge vintage girl, so everything is inked. Probably 95% of what's in here is Tim Holtz of some form or another, whether it's a die cut or ephemera or whatever. I just the little bobble clip. I forget what they're called. Anyway,
That's cute.
so
She's got that on there with a little memo pin, I think.
yeah.
Or loop pin.
A loop pin,
That's
that's
called.
it.
Yeah.
Yep, and then the stick, and then the like the North Star. But
Love
you just slip these in. It doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason to it. but when it comes to Christmas, I love me some glitter. So
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
good
you know,
deal.
all over. Anyway, so
It's
that's
awesome.
That's the first page. We've got a lot of flip outs and things like that. So what I did is I just took a regular tag and flipped it out. Now this is like a to and from if I wanted to give it to somebody, or just journal here.
Oh, that's cute.
And again, another place for just scored it. I think it's probably about a 1/2 inch. Just kind of make it fit. So that's the first page. And use different things for your like tabs. These were Tim's, I think he called them milk bottle caps.
Yep.
This is a tab, and I've used a lot of magnets in here. So this actually flips out. There's a magnet here. So there's a tab on both sides here, but then that also comes out this way, and there's a magnet underneath. So you've got
So it all
this
holds
type of thing.
together.
And this album and these albums, this came as a full page and just scored it in half.
Oh, great idea.
Okay, just scored it in half and made the own little.
So what she's got here is like this, and she scored it in half.
And then just folded it back on itself. Sometimes you may just have to take just a sliver, maybe an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch off, fold
So
it,
it
so it works. Yeah,
Neat.
that's that type of thing.
I love it.
Okay, so then we've got the next page. This is the back side of this,
Okay.
and this is another just a place to put a picture. You know, there's no magnet on this one, which I was like, oh, okay. There is one underneath here. Again, this is the same kind of thing where I've taken this flap. Let's turn it around, Cindy. And instead of folding it back on itself, I cut it in half.
Oh,
And
sure.
so the top flap comes here.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And here's my It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Open this up. And all these little pieces, this is ephemera, but this is only adhered down right along the leaves, so you can use it as a tuck spot to put something else underneath.
That is adorable.
Okay?
That is adorable.
So there's that piece. And if I can do this without flipping everything over.
And
Again,
then-
here's the other side, again with a magnet.
So what she's saying is like this was her full page.
Yep.
She cut it in half. One fold goes that way, and then the other. I love that. That's so cool.
This way you can make different things out of your foundations. I mean, you can make them look different. Now here's a fun little thing, and we're going to show you how to do this. And here just a little bit. This is an envelope, and what I did is there's an envelope here, and place to put
Little
pictures, pockets, whatever you'd like. Okay, and there's a magnet underneath here, and one underneath here, and you can either fold it up like this, or you can use the flap of the pocket to hold the page down.
I love that. I think that's really
So
fun.
we'll show you that here in just a minute. Then just another little flips, tricks. This is the little flashcards that they have here at Memory Bound that I used is just another little piece. Adhered it with just some washi tape. Sometimes you just got to keep.
Yeah, you got to push it
gotta
down.
keep pushing
That's
it down.
right.
Here's just another blank page. This one again is another flip up
Oh wow.
for, and I used, like I said, a lot of scraps. You'll see things pieced because I was running out of things. So, you know, but again, this is magnet.
Use it all. And you know what? You won't see this little flip here because, like, if you would put your picture here. So don't worry about, like, your folds.
Nope.
Because you're going to cover it with a picture or journaling or whatever. But that's so cute.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is just a simple pocket. I made an envelope out of some cardstock just to put in there. This is another larger piece of ephemera from that pack. Again, it's got a little tab. I love tabs and things I can use as tabs.
You know, you could hide gift cards in the little envelopes, and then they have to go through the album and find the envelopes
it's like
in
a
their gift
scavenger
cards.
hunt.
Yeah, it's a scavenger hunt in an album.
That's fantastic. So then just another page for a picture. This is magnet. It's magneted down. Again, now this time I just took a strip.
I like that.
And covered that little piece. You can do it. You cannot do it again. It's, just a magnet.
Cool.
And then this is
just
again
keeps
just
going.
another little pocket, just kind of thing. You can put cards or whatever in. This is a waterfall that I made. That again, you just flip it up. Again, I used the same type of thought process. Now, this is a great place to use the branding strips that can come on different paper collections that are just about the right size for that.
They are.
If you don't have that, not a big deal. Just cut it whatever strip width you would like, and then you open it up, but along the back is the same thing.
Yeah, so your waterfall hangs over a little bit, but then you just covered, and it looks like it's all part of the album. I love it.
And
really, really cute.
And you can see this has been cut off probably 1.25 inches.
Okay.
I'm thinking to give yourself room, because otherwise you're going to have too much thickness. And then these are just 3x4 type sizes. Little piece of the vintage tinsel on there, and then just another little piece of cardstock.
So it's a great way to even use up your scraps. You don't need full sheets of paper
Exactly.
to fill your pages. Just use up what you have.
Exactly. And
Love
then
it.
this is a 12x12 piece of paper that I just folded over. There's little pieces, little words from, I think it was his Christmas stickers. But then I folded it back over, and then the little reindeer, he's got a little bell. He's got a little bell
he's
on.
got some glitter on him.
Of course, he's got glitter.
Cute.
Yes.
Oh, I like the bell you tied around his neck.
And then the last page again is just a flip out. Again, adhered with some washi tape, and just places to put journaling or photographs or whatever your heart desires.
I love that.
So this is Christmas.
Okay, so before she shows us the technique, what she used was a 49 and Market black album, and as we mentioned, the 49 and Market black albums are coming. But what we did just get in is these foundations. Now this is a landscape, and this is the vertical and portrait, they call it. And then with that, what we got in was all of these little foundations that they sell. I'm sorry, that they sell, and you can buy them all separately. We already got the black little ones in, so if you can make your own cover, you can use these in it. But for instance, this one is the Foundations Landscape Pockets White. And so it comes with these pockets. They're already scored, and all you have to do is add your score tape and slip them in the album where you want to. But look at this one. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. And it has, again, everything's all scored, and you just add your adhesive, slip it in your album, and you can cover them if you want to. There's two of these, and then they come with a pattern. So you use this to trace the paper, and then you can cover your pieces that are in each kit. And for instance, this one is $4.99. So it's a really good deal. They have the quarter flip folio white, and look at that jagged edge. And again, it too has a pattern in it for you to trace your paper with. And here's what comes in that. Again, $4.99. There's the jagged flip folio white, and this one is just a different direction. Or did I just show that one? No, that's a different one. This one, the jagged edge is on the right, and this one, the jagged edge is in the middle, going vertically. And then there's also the Portrait Pockets White. And again, it has the pattern. And then the same thing are in black. So really fun. You can personalize your albums any way you want to. and make them and add as many flips and folds as you need, or as many pockets. And Cindy, okay, and here's the albums again. Okay, all right, so we're on to Cindy. So Cindy is using the Portrait 49 in Market album, and she's going to show us how she made, let's go back to your album.
If I can find it. Come on.
Right here.
Right here.
She's going to show us how she did this technique right here. Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
So, what I did is you pick out whatever size envelope you'd like to use, and I will apologize right now. I don't work well upside down, so
You do not need to work upside down for us. We will be fine.
So what I've done a little bit ahead of time, you'll see there's a little M here. I've put magnets. This is a little pencil, little M.
All right.
So I know where my magnet is. I've got one hidden underneath this top flap. It's not necessarily underneath the circle, but it's underneath the top flap. I've put the other one, it's adhered right there. So when we go to flip it down, this is a little trick. It'll be easier and you'll have the right placement. But what I want to show you how to do, again, too, is how to slip this in here and then how to cover these flaps, because sometimes they can be tricky. So a real quick way to do it, and you have to remember that these envelopes, even though they were created, manufactured, they may or may not be necessarily symmetrical. So, and remember too, if you've got pattern paper that has a direction, it's going to be a mirror image. So I take the flap piece, actually this is actually the way I do it, and I just take a pencil and I just draw around it with a pencil. And the reason you do a pencil is just like what just happened. And then I just take my handy dandy scissors and cut inside the line, not to the outside, but actually to the inside of the line. This will be very helpful. It'll give you that extra little edge that you might want. If you want it to go flush to the edge of the card, then definitely, or the edge of the envelope, then definitely cut on the line. And you can, once you get this cut out, then you can adjust how much or how little of a edge or border that you want. Okay, so that's done. And now, if we put this on the envelope, it's going to, you're going to see it's going to be, right on there. Mm-hmm. And just take, and if you've got a paper trimmer, you can just, if you have a pair of scissors, whatever your preferred method to cut this off. I'm just kind of freehanding this right now, so it's not going to be straight.
So you're just cutting a little bit off so you can have a little bit more of a white border.
Yep, right around. And you do that, and once you get the front flap done, you can just take this as your template and do one for the back.
Cool.
But again, remember, it's a mirror image, so if you trace it, don't necessarily flip it because it may or may not.
Depends on how accurate the machinery was.
Exactly. So that's how I did this.
Okay, great. Okay.
Then I've got a little piece to slip inside here. Now, I'm not going to cut this. I just cut it as a rectangle. Mm-hmm. Just take the dimension width of your envelope. Let's see where I'm at. And that slips in. Now, a trick with this is and I did the Christmas album with probably 95% liquid glue. Oh, come on, there we go. So, but don't go all the way to the edge. Leave yourself, quarter of an inch, give or take. Don't have to measure it, it's not a big deal. Because the glue is going to spread once you're putting it in. Once you get it down. But now you've got a clean edge that you can slide into your envelope and not drag glue, because you don't want to get glue farther down, otherwise it's going to glue your envelope shut. So
that's a good tip.
So you just slide this in. Come on. Ah, see, this is crafting at its best.
It's
live
live
crafting.
Nothing ever goes as we planned on a live video.
And another reason I like to use liquid glue is, and I'm just checking, is that it gives you just a little bit of playtime. And then now I can go in and with my hand, with my bone folder, go in and just smooth that out. If you get a little extra glue, I always have paper towel handy. You can just go in and go, oh, there, it feels a little wet. Do that. So now the inside is covered. And you could do this for, if you're a card maker and you want to cover the insides of your envelopes so they're not as plain, great way to use up your scraps, that type of thing. Okay.
Love it.
So now we're going to, I've already cut the piece for the back side of the envelope. I did this the same way as I did the flaps, in the fact that I put this inside of the envelope, drew around it, and cut it out.
There you go.
Okay.
She is using the Tulip and Norbert Christmas Party line from Photoplay. It's just so adorable.
Darling. And I love the ugly sweaters. That's just so cute. Okay.
It is.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to hide the magnet underneath. We're going to put the magnet underneath the cardstock. So that's it. There we go. So what I did, I've got a little piece of score tape. Okay. And if it wants to play nice, perfect. So what I'm going to do is kind of roll this back. You want to make sure when you're putting the magnets on your pages too, you leave yourself enough room at the edges so it doesn't lift up. Because even though the magnets are very, very thin and they're wonderful to work with, it's a personal preference of mine. I don't want that gap in between my cardstock and my magnet. Okay, so now you've got this here. Now I'm going to flip this over here. I'm going to press it down. I'm going to lift up, and now my magnet's there.
There's your magnet.
It magnets where it needs to be. Okay, this one happens to have a little sticky on the other side of it. Although with the positive and negative sides, this may work for you. Otherwise, you just use a piece of score tape. Okay, now one of the tricks that I do is not only do I put glue on the back of my cardstock, I also am going to put a little glue, maybe on the top of the magnet, and I put it around. I want that magnet to stay. I want it to stay. And then I just go ahead and just work. I work quickly. You'll find some liquid glues, depending on the brand, will start to dry very, very fast. So, and sometimes if I'm working with score tape, again, I will actually put glue on top of the score tape, because if you've worked with score tape before, you know once that hits the paper, it's down. It's stuck. And the liquid glue gives you just a little bit of playtime. And this is sometimes you can see some of the places where I put glue is already, you can't see it, it's already starting to dry. So then what I'm going to do is just take this, and I know I've left myself maybe an 1/8 inch or so, give or take. I've got it over the magnet. I've got it, I'm pressing it down.
Perfect.
I use a bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, come get you one from Memory Bound, because they work for all sorts of things. But there are, as long as it's a flat edge, it's not sharp, and you just want to press that glue out because you don't want to see any. And this is where I'll take my paper towel, and if there's anything that's seeping out, I'll just kind of, press it down. Oh, I see a little edge here that needs a little bit more.
And while she's fixing that, Jennifer, the 49 and Market black albums are not in yet. We have just the inserts. The 49 and Market black albums are coming. They are delayed somewhat. I actually think it might be August before the black albums come in, and just in time for Halloween. They'll be in. But we do have the inserts if you want those, and you can get started. I'm sorry.
It's a froggy day today.
It is.
Okay, so now we're going to put this envelope in on the pocket. I just have a base sheet of pattern paper, of pattern cardstock from the collection. You can have pattern. This happens to be more of a solid, whatever makes you happy.
Or the other side is the grid paper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
The other side is that grid that we
which
showed.
would be cute if you
It'd
with
be adorable.
it's darling. It's
Yeah.
darling.
And then the other side is the coordinating orange.
Is the orange. So, but what you want to do is you want to kind of gauge. Oh, the magnet worked.
Mm-hmm.
And you want it to be somewhat even, top to bottom. But if you want it, for some reason, if your thing, you want it all the way more towards the bottom, do whatever you like. I'm going to put this more towards the middle.
Because do you already have an album or a magnet here?
Yeah, I put the magnet is
Oh,
here.
it's there, but it's already sticking through. Gotcha.
Because this way you can do it this way, or and you have to be very careful when you're working with the magnet. These are the small ones.
Yeah.
Depending on the thickness of what you're working with, you may need the larger size.
But it's perfect for this one.
But it really is. So now that I know where I'm going to do this, actually I take this and flip it over. I'm going to put 1/8 inch score tape along one long edge and along the other opposite long edge and along the bottom, and we're going to create a pocket out of the envelope. And I'll show you what we're going to put in there. Score tape. I like using 1/8 inch score tape for my pockets. I will use glue, but
I think this is a fun technique where you're getting double duty out of the envelope. It's creating your closure, but then you're also creating a pocket with it.
Exactly.
Very neat.
Exactly. Oops, step up there, and there we go. And by leaving the envelope already adhered, or already magneted, shall we say, to the front,
It's not going to move.
we know, okay, until I pull this off, we know where we're at. Okay, this is good. So now we can just take these and remove them. You have to be, again, what I was saying about glue, sometimes I'll use glue with my score tape, but again, the glue is going to migrate towards the center, so you may lose space at the bottom and the sides. But one tip is, if you want to use glue, is when you go to smooth your edges out, always push it out, always push it away.
Now she is doing this album upside down, so that's why the tab is down here.
Yep.
She's doing
Sorry.
it. No, you're just fine. You're just fine. I wanted you to do it so that it works for you.
Let's see here. Okay, let's see if I can do this. So now I've got the envelope. This is the top. There's a tab for the pocket. I'm going to bring this over, and I'm going to press it down. So now the pocket is here. It's open right here.
Cute.
You've got a magnet here. You've got a magnet underneath this blue. You've got this, and you've got this, and it closes just fine. And now you've got a place for a tag.
So there's her pocket.
And actually,
with her envelope.
what I'm going to do is a thing you can do with the 4x3 card. Is I'm going to
Adhere that to your tag.
on two sides, a one long side.
All right.
Oh no, we're going to make this a tuck spot.
Neat.
And we're going to put this on here. Oops, sorry guys.
You're fine.
We're a little to the side. Give us just a little bit of room. There we go. So now you have a place for pictures. Okay.
Very cute.
So we'll leave this here. These are just some 4x6 cards that are left over that we will. It's like I had to look. We'll just put these in here.
So if you've got some extra photos, you can tuck them in your envelope.
And you're good to go. But now, one other little thing that we're going to do is we're going to be real quick, is we're going to put a pocket over here. I've already cut a little. I use my 1.5 inch punch and just punch a little.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be whatever. It could be a 1 inch punch. It could be a 2 inch punch. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But what I did is I just again used a scrap.
So what size paper did you start with?
4 by 6.
Okay.
It's actually 4 by 6.
All right.
And I scored a 1/2 inch along the sides and along the bottom.
Okay.
And what then I'm going to do is I'm going to miter the corners.
Okay.
So that's cutting that extra corner away. So you want to do that before you put your score tape on. And this is 3/8 inch score tape, even though these are a half. Just
Okay.
gives me a little extra.
All right.
And you're just going to come in at an angle like this, almost to the corner, and then I just take it and kind of clip out.
All right.
And then you're going to add your score tape along the bottom. I try to get close to the fold. If you're really persnickety, you can certainly use a pair of scissors. I have a tendency to just tear. So, and that's okay. So what we're going to do is just
I like this little pocket.
burnish
Very
these,
cute.
burnish these edges. If you do get a little score tape extra, fold it back on itself.
Sure.
It's not. And here's another little tip. If you fold in the bottom first and then fold in your sides. Hold on. Fold in your sides first and then your bottom. I said that wrong. Folded your sides first and then the bottom. When you put things in a pocket, sometimes if that bottom is too close to the edge, you
Right.
catch. If you fold the sides in first and then the bottom, it'll hold it open
Yeah,
just
the
a little
bottom
bit
is
more,
out.
so you can put that on there. So then what we're going to do is we'll just adhere this to the corner. You can center this if you want. I thought, okay, there's a lot of bulk going on in the center, and then make yourself some tags. Here's one. This happens to be the back side of a 4 by 6, so you can cover that. And all I did to make a tag is these are just rectangles. Cut the corners, cut one corner, and you're like, well, how am I going to make it even? Take the corner you just cut, flip it over, take it to the other corner.
Oh goodness.
I mean, I've got a corner punch for a tag, but I end up using this technique a lot because I don't have to find it.
I haven't.
Now I've got the corners.
Yes, I haven't done that before. That's a new one for me. Thank
now
you.
what we're going to do is we're going to take along the branding strip was this little piece. There's these little pieces, and what we're going to do is I'm going to cut one side, and it's going to be too long, and that's okay. We're just going to take it, and we're going to. I'm not worried about extra glue here and there.
I thought that a lot of us are just keep everything, but Cindy, I think, might beat us all. She keeps everything, and she makes the coolest little stuff, and she's going to show us that here in a minute. But
One more little thing.
Maggie, she might even keep more stuff than you do.
Oh, I don't know. Well, yeah. Whoever dies, it's like fabric. Whoever dies with the most fabric wins. So I'm on a race. So I've just it was just bleeding a little bit, and then you just take your scissors and just cut this out. Now you've got a little tag.
Yep.
And you can put that in here.
Very good.
You don't have to. Again, on these, I made a tag. And I made it my own little reinforcer.
Okay.
You may not want to leave that hole punched. You can also use ribbon and put ribbon at the top as a tab if you want. You can leave them plain, whatever you'd like to do. One of the things that you can do for reinforcers is there's a couple ways. If you don't have one, there's a couple punches that I know. I'm trying to get this.
Yeah, that takes a little
Pokey.
bit to get that.
And I should have done it sooner because
That's
I
okay.
think it's closing up on us. Okay, well,
Kelly will come back and
I don't think
that in there
I don't
for
think
us.
I need. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need it. Let's see here. So we're going to.
Hey, Diane.
um,
So if you wait too long, she needs this. She needs liquid glue. And then can you re-put the... We waited too long to put the... She'll
Thanks,
take care of it.
there's a half-inch punch and a quarter-inch punch, and you can just do the small punch first. And I like to put them upside down so I can see what I'm doing, and punch out that hole. And then you can take the half-inch punch and just try to center it up. If it's not exact, nobody's going to judge, least of all myself. So do that, pop it up, and now you've got yourself a reinforcer for your tag.
Cute.
There's also another punch that it does both of it, both large and the small holes by itself. This one is from We Are Memory Keepers.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And you just slide your piece of paper in here, and you punch it. Oh, let's see if I got.
Yeah.
And boop,
There it is.
there it is. Done.
And those tap punches are $9.99, and they work wonderfully. They work wonderfully. And I do want to point out that after you've used it for a little bit, make sure that you lift it up and then you dump out the extra holes that are, because they collect in there. And then if you don't empty that occasionally, it will freeze up on you and you won't be able to use it.
Yeah,
So
we don't want that to happen.
dump those out, and there's your tap
Okay,
punch.
so Dawn alluded to a little piece, and this is just a little piece of ephemera that I made. And this is actually, thank you. This is actually from one of the 3x4 cards, and I just tore around it, just tore it with my hands. And this was a wreath, and I think it was actually a to from something underneath there. These are scraps, little things like this that I have left over. There's a whole envelope of scraps, little things. I love little penguin on his sweater. This
Cute.
Let It Snow is actually, where is that large? Anyway, it's from the branding strip.
Oh, here's some more over here.
That's what I
There
was
it
looking
is.
for. It was actually from the branding strip. This one says I Still Believe, and I just cut it out with my decal scissors. So I reused that.
I love that. All
And-
those little words from the papers. Who would have thought to do that? I
And
wouldn't
I just,
have.
because not everybody has die cuts or
Or
stamps or that type of thing. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is then just to give this just a little extra oomph here, we're just going to put this guy
I love that.
at the bottom, on the bottom corner. If you wanted to leave this as just a tuck spot and just do along an edge, that would certainly be cute. I'm going to go ahead and just glue it all down, and we're going to put him right here.
I would say that Cindy does make all of her own ephemera, which I think is awesome. I would not have thought to do that, and I just think that is adorable. Just
So-
using all the scraps of the paper, even the title on the paper.
Yeah, which could also be used if you wanted to put a label on the top of the tag.
Oh,
You
yes.
could cut that out and it would
But
fit.
I still believe. Oh, I like that.
Or just
I
cut the
like
word
that.
believe out. It's
oh
just
my, sure.
something like that. So now you've got this little extra, this tuck spot here on this tag. You've got a couple little tags here for other things that you could put. You've got this pocket here,
And she used her envelope to make a pocket. I think
and there's
that-
pockets here. You can close this way, magnet,
Cute.
or you can close it that way and have it like this, whatever your heart desires.
I love it. Brenda wants to know, what do you do when your glue clogs? Would you tell us what you did this morning, Cindy, when the glue clogged?
I gave it to Diane. Actually,
this morning, even before the video started,
what happens is when I have the real narrow nozzle needle point type tips, is I just unscrew it. I make sure I put the lid back on the actual bottle. I take it to my bathroom sink and run hot water through it. And I'm a seamstress as well, so I've got a lot of straight pins, and I just take my straight pins and just kind of push it through. And okay, this is going to sound really nasty, excuse me, but I'll blow through it. I'll make sure I'll get that water in there and blow it through and blow it out.
But the hot water works.
But the hot water, the hot water, because most of these are water soluble in some form, and I will the hot water should then dissolve. Sometimes it takes a little bit if you've been like me and you go and I've left it unclogged or uncapped overnight.
Oh,
I
boy,
wouldn't recommend that.
Certainly really
it's
stuck
not
in there.
Not a good idea, but no, these 49 in Market Foundation albums are so awesome. They're such a great weight of stock, and like I said, if you want to cut this in half and make it a double flap, cut it in half and make it a double flap. Make this yours. If you want to fold it back on itself, do whatever it is that you do. This is a little out of my comfort zone, only for the fact that I did not ink the edges.
Yeah.
But with the white, and there were so many colors to play with. It didn't feel right, and all. So
it didn't need the inking because it's just adorable.
It's just darling, just the way it is.
And I wanted to show. Okay, here's one of the flaps that we opened earlier, and look you could stick this in the front of your album, and you could stick all kinds of stuff in there. And cover this, and
do the same thing.
What a waboom!
Oh, exactly. And do the same thing like when you have these that you do with the envelope to get this cut. Is put that in there, slide this in, make sure it's if it's directional, slide that in, draw it out, and then cut inside the line. And you may have to take your paper trimmer and trim just a little bit here and there, depending on how much width or how much extra edge you want to show, and then you're going to have a perfect cut every single time.
Yes,
because you know what you're working with.
And then also, it does have a template, but I think it's probably easier to just use the actual folder itself as your template. So, Cindy, thank you.
I appreciate the opportunity.
And I believe if we didn't scare Cindy off, she is going to be back here. And what will make a lot of our customers very happy is I think they're on Saturdays.
Yes.
She's coming in on a couple Saturdays to share her amazing album. She has done a great job. She really thinks outside the box and has done some wonderful little journals and techniques that I think you will all love to see.
It could be used for, I love junk journals, could be used for that type of thing, but they could be things that you could also use for a scrapbook page.
Right.
Or you can make it a gift card holder or whatever. It's not just for junk journals, and the techniques just aren't for albums. This would be such a cute little closure to just put somewhere.
Be on a page, just on your scrapbook page. That would be really cute.
So yeah, I look forward to coming back.
Thanks, Cindy. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And then just to recap, here's the magnets that she used. If you're going to use really thick paper and it has to go through a lot, maybe you'll want the bigger magnets. And then she used the 1/2 inch punch, and then we do have the 1/4 inch punch in a handheld if you want to make your own tag reinforcements, or we do sell the tag reinforcement punch for $9.99. The collection that she used today was the Tula and Norbert's Christmas Party. These are the 49 in Market. We have lots of different 49 in Market albums, all different styles and sizes. And Diane, are you listening? When are you here to show your Christmas album?
I think July 13th.
Okay.
It's a Tuesday.
on Tuesday, July 13th, Diane said that she is going to be using this 49 at Market album for her Christmas journal. So we got so much to look forward to in the month of July. Lots happening. So thank you very much, Cindy. We really appreciate it. And again, we are memory bound in Iowa. There's our phone number. Please give us a call if you have any questions or send us an email. We'd be happy to answer your questions. Thanks, Cindy.
Thanks.